Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this second Oil and Gas Denmark annual summit, which we can hold this year on a fine backdrop of an aligned industry, aligned on the common challenges of maximizing recovery of oil and gas from the North Sea. The development of oil and gas has played a major role for Danish economy for now more than 40 years. Developing fields in the Danish North Sea has presented significant and unique challenges, not just like the Norwegian and UK fields. Overcoming these challenges, oil and gas has become one of the greatest contributors to Denmark's tax receipts and created high-quality employment for thousands of employees and ensured and secured the nation's energy supply. Under the right conditions, oil and gas can continue to be a major contributor to Danish society for another 30 years or more. However, successfully accomplishing that goal of maximizing economic recovery from the North Sea, the whole supply chain will benefit, and so will specialists and operators with hundreds and hundreds of employees. For example, the oil industry generates opportunities from welders at construction sites in northern Jutland to the newly graduated engineering student. Achieving the goals will add substantial tax revenues to the Danish state and create those important jobs. On that basis, Oil Gas Denmark finds it just natural and logic to hold the current summit under the title, The Oil and Gas We Need. Last year, in the same room here, we were probably all observant of a fairly big elephant. For those of you that weren't here, you can ask your neighbor. They will know what I'm talking about. This year, I hope that we have aligned ourselves together in a new and different way. But if you do see elephants around here, make sure that we recognize them and talk about them. What is not an elephant, but a real challenge, is the fact that the industry is right now facing some real cost challenges. We've produced large quantities of oil from the North Sea, but we are also seeing declining production, 10% year on year, and a drop in exploration activities. A continuation of that trend will impact tax revenues and create long-term uncertainty around jobs and service industries across this sector, and have profound effects on our security of supply. And future production doesn't come easy, but will require large investments, needing new and innovative technologies, new talent, and the right framework conditions to be able to deliver. Furthermore, the global oil and gas industry has faced significant cost challenges. We have seen costs rising for a number of years now, partly because the remaining potential is technically challenging, but partly also because our requirements, the standards that we work to, and the regulations we work up against have tightened. And the price of oil and gas has not gone up with it. So we are facing some difficult times. And the industry's response, if you look outside this room as well, internationally has been quite clear. Waves of layoffs, big projects being mothballed, exploration budgets cut back, and investment plans frozen. Operators, service companies, and government need to come together to meet and overcome these challenges. But recognizing the challenges of the industry, I can establish that a significant potential do remain in the North Sea. The DEA, the Danish Energy Agency, has estimated that 1.4 billion barrels of potential can be unlocked. Realizing that, or just half of that, we estimate would contribute more than 190 billion Danish kroner to the Danish economy between now and 2042, and securing a large number of high-quality jobs. Under the right conditions, this oil and gas recovery potential can be released, and the North Sea continue to be that major contributor to society. Oil Gas Denmark believe that the resources can be unlocked through three primary means: increased exploration, production from marginal fields, and increasing recovery from already existing fields. An example of the second one of these, the marginal fields, is the relatively large number of small discoveries that we still have in the North Sea. I myself was part of discovering the early phases of the Elly field all the way back in 1992, and we still haven't been able to find a good solution to bring that upstream. I hope we'll be able to do that with the initiatives we're bringing forward. We know that Oil Gas Denmark's members will have to make changes ourselves to meet these challenges, reinforcing our focus on improving the efficiency of operations and reducing cost of new developments. We believe that under the right fiscal and regulatory framework, these investments can be made and can help to double our current projections. In contrast to previous years, this year we see countries around us are now starting to discuss also how you can incentivize those developments that are so needed. And I think that agenda, that discussion, is relevant in our context too. But we do need to act rather swiftly. To stay competitive in the global context, changes in the cost and regulatory environment are needed as a matter of urgency. Within the next few years, we have some very large investment decisions to make, and it's critical that we're prepared for that. And luckily, work is ongoing in this space to address these challenges. The North Sea strategy work has been launched by the Minister of Climate, Energy and Buildings, and I would like to express Oil Gas Denmark's appreciation of this government initiative, which is timely. If we, industry and government, come together and act on the real challenges, this initiative can indeed help us to extend the lifetime of the Danish North Sea and the sector as a whole. I'm glad to see so many people here today. That's really one important step forward. If you look around and look at the program as well, you can see that we've decided this year to invite a lot more external speakers, people or speakers external to the oil and gas industry itself, to ensure that we have a good view on the context within which we are to deliver this strategy. So I hope you will all join in, have fun with this, and take part in discussions, but not just today, but also in months and years to come. We need to be in this together. I wish you all a good summit. But before we go on, I'd just like to introduce the moderator of today. So today's moderator is Martin Breum. He's well known for those of you who see Danish television, particularly DR2, and he will navigate us safely through today. So have a good day.
Thank you very much.